Jockey Andrew Wolfsont moved his tack to Parks Racing earlier this year. Where he grew up, he always knew about horse racing.
My first experience with the racetrack was probably as a kid going off to Saratoga Racetrack. I grew up in Boston Spa, right around the corner from Saratoga. So, with my dad and some family friends, we would go to Saratoga Racetrack. I got to see the jockeys and, just everything magical about Saratoga. I loved it, but I didn't think I was going to be a jockey because my dad told me, oh, no, you're going to be too big for that. I think he just wanted to plant a seed, so he didn't want me to become one because I clearly wasn't that smart. My dad being 5'4", and my mom 4'8", I was going to be small enough.
An athletic background was always prevalent with jockey Andrew Wolfsont.
I foolishly played lacrosse a lot, mostly because I had fun playing around with my friends, but I quickly learned in JV that the 6-foot-tall guys with 6-foot-long deep poles were definitely not good for me and my size. But I did a little bit of wrestling when I was young. I did a lot of skiing, just in upstate New York. Not too many team sports, just because I was the small guy.
Growing up near Saratoga, the lure of being around the horses was always there for Wolfsont.
I went to college for about a year and just didn't really feel like it was for me and decided to drop out. And I got a job on the backside of Saratoga back in I can't remember. I was 19 years old. I got a job hot walking and fell in love with the horses. I really did. And also just the energy of the backside and all of that. Then I came back the next summer, did it again for Todd Pletcher. While I was working there, they set me up with someone to learn how to ride down in Ocala. Went down there that fall. Of course, I picked terrible timing because that was 2008 financial crash, and the job that I had lined up fell through, and I had to get my own apartment and start just driving from farm to farm to farm until I finally found a place.
What has Andrew Wolfsont learned throughout his career?
Plenty of jockeys that I've come across that have a lot of ability, a lot of natural talent. They're charismatic, but they haven't been through that trial by fire. They haven't really, had to hustle. They haven't faced the adversity. And I think that's helped me a lot in my career, just facing that adversity early, whether it was down in Ocala when, I had to find a job, or, when I started off with the bug in Maryland, being a young rider who didn't have that background with horses. It didn't come naturally to me, so I really had to work at it, and I think those trainers really saw that I wasn't this, very gifted next coming jockey, and, so I didn't really get that much respect, so I had to hustle extra hard. But, I found my place when I moved my tack to Penn in the beginning of my apprenticeship, and slowly but surely it took off. I think it was towards the end of my apprenticeship year, I finally got rolling. I got into the right barns. I was, doing the classic apprenticeship, just winning races and, by the handfuls. And, it all started to click. The races started slowing down. I was able to pick my spots. All that handicapping that I would do before the race, I could actually see it playing out in the race.
Making the full-time move from Penn National was a big decision for Andrew Wolfsont.
I kind of always wanted to make the move out here. One, there's just more trainers, more opportunities, also being centrally located, very close to New York, Delaware, Monmouth, still close to Penn. I have so many options by being based here, and just the opportunity presented itself when Richard Englander gave me a call and said that he really wanted me, and we had a good talk, and I felt like he was the right fit for me. So I decided to give it a shot.
How important are the mornings for a jockey?
Oh, they're hugely important. How competitive it is here, I have to show my value by how hard I can work in the mornings. That means, getting here first thing in the morning, getting on 8-9 horses a day when it's a busy morning. I had the misfortune of getting a hernia surgery back in December last year, and when I got physical therapy for it, my physical therapist, he told me that I need to stretch and warm up before I ever got on a horse, ever races. So every morning at like 5:45 in the morning, I go to the racing office and I start warming up. I have to stretch, I have to warm up just so that way I can be ready, fresh to get on these horses, because they're 1,100-pound animals. And it's not like I can pick a nice easy one. They're gonna pull my guts out whether, I'm not feeling ready for them or not.
What's the future look like for jockey Andrew Wolfsont?
I try to just take it one day at a time. This game is way too tough in the day-to-day routine to be wandering, thinking about what could be in the years to come. So, you know, I would love to one day ride in the Triple Crown, and I think a closer goal would just be able to ride a few races and hopefully a winter up at Saratoga, where I came from. But yeah, mostly just one day at a time, and hopefully show my value to these trainers here at Parks and be able to win races and outperform some of these top riders here at Parks.